What will you have after 500 years?
I had a different intro, one where I dissed Omni-Man in what could only be regarded as the highest form of comedy, but I read the manga and I just don't see Nolan in the same light. It's likely because I've been hypnotized and bamboozled into liking him due to masterful writing. It happens to the best of us, honestly. I wasn't wearing my tinfoil hat while reading the manga like what I did when I was watching the show, but that doesn't change the topic of this video. I, the supreme casual fan, shall use both the anime and manga of Season 1 to decipher the code, to find the answer, to solve the mystery without Scoob and the gang. Is Omni-Man a sociopath? So we're going to be using 9 traits from health.com. The way I'm setting this up is we score each trait from 0 to 2. If Omni-Man gets to 0, he's coolin'. If he gets to 1, he's warm, nothing too serious. But if he gets to 2, I'm talking dose. He not chillin'. And we move further towards the truth. What, you thought I was gonna say he was hot? What do I look like, William?
Sure, he's hot and all. And that mustache.
So, obligatory like, comment, subscribe. Thanks for 52 subscribers, by the way. And let's get into it. Lack of empathy. A lack of empathy is not being able to understand and share the feelings of others. This is actually a really difficult one to scale off the bat. Not because Omni-Man is like such a great guy or anything like that, but because he's so sick in the head, he might understand and just not care. I want to say he doesn't empathize because in the anime you'll hear him tell Mark not to help people due to the fact that he finds his race, the Viltrumites, superior to the human race. Nolan also says this in the manga when him and Mark face off at the end of the season in the anime. Nolan also couldn't understand Mark's reaction when he told him the truth, but there's also, for example, a scene in the manga where he says he rounded down the time he was gone to make Debbie feel better. So with all that being said, I'm gonna give Nolan a 1 for lack of empathy. Difficulty forming relationships. I honestly gotta say this one is pretty easy. Nolan seems to be able to form relationships quite easily after he got used to Earth's customs. I mean, he was able to have a whole family, and although he compared Debbie to a pet, he never denied the fact that he loved her or Mark. Nolan even considered himself close with Art, his tailor. I'm counting this statement as the truth due to the fact he didn't have to address Art as such. But he said before fighting Mark he thought of some of them as friends. So for difficulty forming relationships, he gets a 0. I know some of you are saddened to hear that, but fear not, there's still time to obtain the truth. Manipulativeness. What was Omni-Man's sole purpose of coming to Earth? Look, I'm gonna do y'all a favor and throw up 2 options. I mean, I would have picked subscribing too, but that's unfortunately incorrect, but you could still do it anyway. Nolan's main goal was to survey and weaken Earth's defenses. He used Debbie to have a child. He planned on using Mark to help in his mission. Nolan Grayson was nothing but a facade, a character, and a liar. Deceitfulness.
For the first time in your life, I'm telling you the truth.
I mean, like, the clip speaks for itself. Callousness. It's defined as insensitive and cruel disregard for others, and I don't know where to scale Omni-Man here. He was nice and lying to Debbie about his age, as weird as that sounds, but like, he's a sick man. He's a sicko. He basically lied to Mark his whole childhood, compared his mother to a dog, and when he tells Mark he's going to enslave his friends and the world he loves, Mark gets upset, reasonably, as he should. And do you know what Omni-Man says? Do you know what Nolan says? He says, calm down. Get him out of here. Like, what?
But if my son ever comes back home at any age and tells me, Daddy, I lost a fight, I'm glancing this nigga shit all the time. Fuck you mean you lost the fight?
Hostility. The statement the article gives is nice. Sociopaths are not only hostile themselves, but they're more likely to interpret others' behavior as hostile, which drives them to seek revenge. And based on that definition, I'm going to say Nolan doesn't fit this in the slightest. He never interprets others as hostile. In fact, he's usually the one who initiates in hostile actions. The only time I can think of is when he confronts Damien Darkblood, who in Nolan's defense was in his house with no reason, in quotation marks, y'all can see it. So I'm giving Nolan a 0 here. I'm gonna be a little transparent right now. There were two other traits, irresponsibility and impulsivity, and neither applied to Nolan, so that's a double 0. I'm talking my bank account. The final trait, the episode 8 of traits, I'm talking season finale, is risky behavior. The question we have to ask ourselves here is, does Nolan tend to have little concern for the safety of others or for himself? The answer to this is a little tricky. He clearly cares very little for the humans on Earth, but he shows a huge amount of respect and loyalty to the Viltrumite Empire. With that being said, Nolan never really talks about himself. I don't think that means he doesn't care for himself necessarily, but it doesn't point towards the contrary. I've given you all the Carfax that I got, so I'm just gonna give Nolan a 1 here with great reluctance. Final score, 8 out of 18. I know many of you are heartbroken, distraught even. I know this is not the result you were looking for. This result might have broken up your family, but Nolan probably would have done that anyway, just to prove a point to a 17-year-old son. If you think I mistallied something or something should have been scaled higher, let me know in the comments, and I'll see you in 500 years to see what I have by then.
What will you have after 500 years?